Humanity had always lifted its gaze skyward, chasing the stars with rockets, probing the void with radio signals, wondering, hoping, fearing the silence of the universe. For centuries, poets wrote of visitors from other worlds, scientists debated probabilities of distant life, and dreamers searched for whispers in the static of the cosmos. Yet when the revelation came, when humanity finally met the aliens, it was not from a telescope's lens or a probe on Mars, nor from streaks of light across the night sky. No, the discovery was buried deep within the forgotten heart of Earth itself, in a place so wild, so untouched, that even the 21st century had yet to tame it. It began in the Amazon rainforest, a world within a world, where humidity clung to the air like a second skin, where the ground pulsed with unseen insects, and where sunlight pierced the canopy in broken spears of gold. A joint expedition of biologists, geologists, and climate researchers trudged into the depths, their boots sinking in sodden moss, their equipment humming quietly, their eyes peeled for rare flora and fauna. They were not looking for history. They were cataloging trees, insects, soil samples. But fate, as it so often does, had other plans. It was Dr. Helena Marquez, a biologist from São Paulo, who first noticed the anomaly. At dawn, while the camp stirred awake, she ventured out with a scanner, following readings of strange bioluminescence flickering just beyond the normal spectrum. Her colleagues thought it was a trick of the instruments, perhaps a new species of fungus or a cluster of fireflies reflecting in the mist. But when she parted the leaves of a massive kapok tree, what she saw froze her where she stood. A pair of eyes, not animal eyes, not insect eyes, large, liquid, and profoundly aware, stared back at her. The creature emerged slowly, its form unlike anything she had ever studied. Its skin shimmered with flowing color, not like camouflage but like living auroras, bending and sliding across its body in mesmerizing patterns. Its limbs were long, almost delicate, with jointed grace that echoed both human and insect. But its movement carried purpose, intelligence. It tilted its head, studying her with the same curiosity she gave it. For a moment, scientist and being stood in silence, two worlds colliding in a breathless instant. Then, before she could call for the others, more of them stepped into view, 5, then 10, then dozens, their glowing forms merging with the mist surrounding her, not with menace, but with undeniable presence. She staggered back, her voice cracking over the comms. "They're here. Oh my God, they're here." At first, no one believed her. The jungle played tricks, after all. Hallucinations, exhaustion, the endless buzzing of insects. But when she returned with samples, when her colleagues saw the creatures with their own eyes, panic turned into hushed reverence. These were not insects. These were not mammals, reptiles, or even any branch of Earth's evolutionary tree. Genetic analysis, rushed and trembling with adrenaline, revealed sequences that defied categorization. No connection to any known species, no anchor in the web of life. It was as if they had appeared fully formed, untouched by billions of years of Earth's evolution. A new species, or something else entirely. News traveled fast. Within days, the Brazilian government sealed the area. Military helicopters thundered over the canopy, establishing a no-fly zone. Satellites were redirected, monitoring every square meter. Whispers spread through scientific circles, journalists caught wind. Conspiracy forums exploded with theories. Some said it was an elaborate hoax. Others claimed it was proof of ancient alien seeding, that life on Earth had been planted and these beings were the gardeners. The name stuck quickly, as names always do. They were called the aliens. The first official encounter was broadcast in a controlled release months later. A grainy video, captured under dim light, showed a figure standing no taller than a human, its body glowing softly with shifting blues and greens. Its head elongated but not grotesque. Its hands, if they could be called that, flexing in deliberate motion. It blinked slowly, then turned its gaze directly into the camera lens. That single frame, those unblinking eyes, became an icon overnight. The world changed in that instant. Humanity was no longer alone, but with wonder came fear. Governments quarreled over jurisdiction. Who owned the discovery? Who had the right to study them? Who could exploit the technology that surely lay within their biology? The Brazilian military clashed with foreign intelligence agencies who wanted samples, specimens, data at any cost. Protesters filled the streets worldwide demanding transparency, chanting both welcome them and send them back, though no one could answer from where back was. The Vatican declared it a test of faith, while scientists in Geneva claimed the aliens' genetic code might be the key to curing disease, extending life, or unlocking entirely new sciences. Meanwhile, ordinary people stared at the footage and whispered to each other late at night, "Do they mean us harm?" In the rainforest itself, the truth was more complex. The aliens were not passive nor hostile. They watched, they learned, they mimicked. Researchers observed them weaving tools from vines, crafting structures that resembled organic hives, humming with patterns of light that seemed to carry meaning, language not in sound but in shifting colors across their skin. When approached with caution, they responded in kind, mirroring movements, imitating gestures. One young researcher, Daniel Cho, described it as conversations without words, like two minds painting pictures at each other. But when soldiers advanced too aggressively, the aliens would vanish into the mist, dissolving like phantoms, only to reappear days later, unharmed, untraceable. Then came the first sign that they were not merely surviving here, they were thriving. Entire groves of the rainforest were discovered transformed, trees twisted into unnatural spirals, glowing fungi pulsed with light in intricate rhythms, and water pooled in patterns that looked eerily deliberate. Ecosystems altered overnight, bending toward some unseen design. Were the aliens reshaping the environment? Were they terraforming Earth? Or restoring something forgotten? The question split scientists and leaders alike. The revelation struck hardest when linguists, working tirelessly, managed to decode fragments of the aliens' color language. The message, repeated in different sequences, was chilling in its simplicity. "We were here before you." Shockwaves ripped through humanity. If true, then these were not visitors from the stars, but ancient residents of Earth itself, hidden, dormant, or evolved in secret beyond our understanding. Had they retreated into the depths of the rainforest while humanity rose to dominance? Had we simply never noticed them? Or had they allowed us to exist, silently watching until the moment was right? History itself seemed to shatter under the weight of this claim. Religions reeled, science scrambled, and governments panicked, and yet the aliens did not attack. They did not conquer. They simply revealed themselves. Humanity's reaction became the true test. In Washington, Moscow, Beijing, Brasilia, war rooms filled with debates about containment, extermination, diplomacy. Could we risk letting them spread? Could we afford to provoke them? Every possibility was a gamble with the future of civilization. The United Nations called emergency sessions, the first in decades that carried genuine existential urgency. In the following years, cautious attempts at cohabitation began. Zones were established where scientists could study, observe, and occasionally interact. The aliens, enigmatic and patient, responded with the same steady curiosity. But the more we learned, the less secure we felt. Their intelligence was undeniable, but so was their alienness. They understood us, but not in a way we understood them. Their goals remained hidden. Were they caretakers? Survivors? Invaders in waiting? And then came the second message, deciphered after years of watching their light patterns dance across the forest at night. "The Earth is ours. You borrowed it." The world trembled. Panic ignited in stock markets, in governments, in every corner of the human mind. If the first message had shaken our sense of history, the second threatened our future. Were we tenants on this planet, renting space until the landlords returned? Would they reclaim it? Would we fight them for it? The question remains unanswered. But one truth is clear. Humanity is no longer alone on Earth. We are no longer the sole rulers of this blue planet. The discovery of the aliens has reshaped everything: our science, our religions, our politics, our fears, and our hopes. And as the rainforest hums with bioluminescent whispers, as glowing eyes watch us from the mist, we are forced to confront the most terrifying, exhilarating truth of all. The universe did not need to send us visitors from the stars. The aliens were already here, waiting, watching, remembering, and perhaps in the silence between their colors and our words, deciding what comes next.